My beautiful peeps. How's it going today? Sorry I haven't been online lately. I've been dealing with my sinuses. The pollen's been through the roof here, and if you've ever dealt with sinuses, you know how that is. So, anyway, moving on. Um, don't know how long I'll be here. Probably not much, but probably not too long. But, you know, at any rate. Um, so The title is The Evils of Christian Schools. And I went to two different Christian schools. Um, so I have a little bit of experience with this. My first one I went to from fourth to sixth grade. It was an ACE school. ACE stands for Accelerated Christian Education. It was neither accelerated nor education. It was an indoctrination mill, which is all Christian schools are. They don't care about academics. All they care about is getting children while they're young. That's it. That's all they fucking care about. Um, so anyway, um, so ACE curriculum goes on what's called PACES, which is like a workbook, and you write in it and all that stuff, and then each PACE begins with an objective which has nothing whatsoever to do with education. Let me repeat that. The objective in these PACES has nothing whatsoever to do with education. It has a lot to do with indoctrination. And then it has a Bible verse or a passage. And before you can start working on a PACE, you have to get somebody over to your cubicle because they don't use desks. They use almost like a cubicle. It's weird. I can't really describe it to you. And so you have to memorize the objective and memorize the Bible passage for that particular PACE. And then you can go on your merry little way and get indoctrinated. And there were 5 PACEs, I believe. There was math, social studies, English, science, and word building, which is just vocabulary. And lest you think their idea of social studies had anything to do with social studies, you would be wrong. All the social studies PACE was concerned with is telling you about missionaries and how they went to this culture and that culture and shared the gospel and blah, blah, blah. And science. Oh, let me tell you about science. Was not interested in science at all. In fact, it was very anti-science. Gee, imagine that. An evangelical school, which ACE is an evangelical curriculum. An evangelical curriculum is anti-science. Go figure, right? Of course, I'm being facetious on that. No, the quote unquote science was all about God's creation. And really, honestly, come on, give me a break. Now, math actually was educational. I'm sure that if they could have put in Bible shit into the math pace, they would have, but math is just math. I mean, other than, the objective and the Bible verse at the beginning, you know. And so then you get done with a particular section of the pace, and you have what's called a score box. And so you have to go score your own pace from a key. And in order to do that, you have to summon a teacher to ask permission to get up, go to the score table, score your fucking pace, and then you have to raise your hand before you can go sit back down. And this can take a while because they don't have a whole lot of fucking teachers. And we're talking about teachers, we're talking like 2 teachers for like 30 students, which might sound like a lot, but when you've got only 2 teachers and they're dealing with other stuff, other people who are dealing with the same shit you are, it's not very efficient, right? Okay. So anyway, so then if you don't finish your work at the end of the day, they get mad at you. And you get quote unquote, hey, whist, and you get quote unquote demerits for not finishing your work because you have to wait for these god awful people to come tell you you can go score your fucking pace, and then they have to tell you that you can go sit down so you can go work on another pace and do the same thing all over again. And this is supposed to be your fault that you don't finish your fucking work because you have to do this 5 fucking times. And then the next day it starts all over. So anyway, so we had chapel before we actually started our school day. So we had chapel, right? And then we would go back And before we could even start work, we had to do Bible reading. Like, it ain't enough that they're focusing on a non-educational objective, not enough that they're focusing on making us memorize fucking Bible verses for 5 fucking paces. You know, you have Bible reading for an hour. Before anything else, you have Bible reading for a fucking hour. And then you get to work on your paces, you know. And God forbid you do anything wrong, because if you do anything wrong, that's 3 demerits. And 3 demerits, you get detention. You get 10 minutes of detention for every 3 demerits, which means if you fuck up once, you have 10 minutes of detention. Doesn't matter what it is. They don't care. You fuck up just once, 10 minutes of detention. You fuck up twice, same day, 3 more demerits, 20 minutes of detention, and so on and so forth. Who thinks this is a good idea? Putting children through this shit? So, anyway, going from the ACE school to a Bob Jones school, I spent 7th and 8th grade in a Bob Jones school. And my ACE school, we had to wear uniforms, which I never liked. The Bob Jones school, we didn't have to wear uniforms, but still had to. Skirts had to be under the knee. And yeah, girls could not wear pants or shorts. We had to wear dresses or skirts. And in PE, we had to wear what's called culottes, which I don't even know how to explain what those are. Unless you know what culottes are, best of luck trying. You can probably look it up online. Anyway, but yeah, it was just a mess, below the knee. Dresses and skirts had to be below the knee. And and then we had our first period. Yeah, that would be another word for it. Thank you, List. Skorts. So anyway, so we would have our first period, and the Bob Jones school was actually like a classroom. And you're taught as if it was a traditional classroom, but it was anything but traditional. And, again, this is an indoctrination mill. This is not education. This is indoctrination. And so you would go to your first period. Second period was Bible class for everyone. Everyone from 7th through 12th grade went to Bible class for one whole fucking hour. You can't make this stuff up, people. And they were KJV onlyists. Bob Jones people are KJV onlyists. So, anyway, so again, memorizing fucking Bible verses, but at least we didn't have those fucking paces like we had in the ACE school, right? So anyway, and then you would go throughout your day, and the last period of the day was PE. Probably because it was South Georgia. We would get hot, we would get sweaty during PE, and nobody wants 30 stinking, sweaty students in a room. They just don't. That would be too much for anybody. So, and I don't know whether they still do this or not in Bob Jones schools, but in science class, they say, I'm dead serious about this. When I went to a Bob Jones school, they said that, quote unquote, evolutionists believe in Lamarckian evolution. And I'm in 7th and 8th grade. I don't know. I didn't know any better, And so it made perfect sense for me to make fun of evolution because everybody knows that unless you have damage to the genes, you don't pass on things that are gained in one lifetime, unless, like I said, there's damage to the genes. But anyway, oh my God, they messed me up so much. And and this is why I'm against Christian schools, because like I said, they are not education. They're not. They are indoctrination mills. That's all they fucking are. Indoctrination mills. They don't care about education. You will get math, you will get English, but the other quote unquote subjects that they teach is very centered on creationism and Christianity, particularly their brand of Christianity. Because remember, evangelicals don't believe that the people who call themselves Christians are Christians. Only a particular brand of Christian, the Christian that agrees with them, are Christians. So, and I'm like, and this is what you have to deal with when you grow up like that. This is what you have to deal with. This is what you are faced with. This is why there's so many people out there who don't believe the theory of evolution. These people are not dumb. They're just misled. And their leaders intentionally mislead them. And I want people to understand that no, the rank and file Christians, the one in the pews, it's not their fault. So, please do not get frustrated with them. Yeah, cuss out the leaders all you wanna, because they know. They know. They know exactly what they're doing. But they're not going to stop doing it. Which is why we have to change people's minds. And it takes time. It does. Be patient with these people. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. The cure for ignorance is knowledge. The cure for ignorance is knowledge. And that's what we have to bring to these people in a loving way. Let's not bitch slap them because they are not to blame. Let's lovingly guide them in the right direction. Because I can guarantee you, most of these people, they might have loving home lives. Yeah, I had a loving home life. But aside from a loving home life, these people don't know love. And people who don't have a loving home life definitely don't know love. So, what we need to do is we need to lovingly guide these people away from ignorance and show them the light of knowledge. And you can have freedom from faith. You can. And if you want to hang on to your faith, that's fine with me. I don't give a goddamn. But if you want to hold on to your faith. At least don't deny science. And there's a way to hold on to your faith and not deny science. There is a way. Millions of Christians do it every fucking day. So anyway, yeah, I am against Christian schools, and I will be till the day I take my dying breath. But there's nothing I can do about it. So anyway, thanks for coming. Please hit like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you have the financial wherewithal, please become a member. You can become a member for as low as 99 cents a month. You get custom emojis and early access to debunks. And I didn't do a debunk last week because I was down with my sinuses. It's like I said, it's been very, very heavy with the pollen here, and it's just excruciating. So anyway, have a nice night, and I will see you tomorrow for Saturday live stream. Bye.